So violence in America is on the rise. Does that mean right here in Ohio, in Cleveland? I mean, that's what we're all thinking about.
Oh, absolutely. No city, no person, or no location is exempt. Overall, in the United States, we have more people angry at other people and more people confronting people on a daily basis.
And you know, you take a day like today where the traffic is slow and there's a lot of fog out there and people are vexed and they're trying to get to work and they're going in and out of traffic, as I saw some guys doing today.
It could be crazy.
And sometimes, you know, you'll go in front of somebody or somebody will go in front of you and you get so angry, and the next thing you know, you're thinking, well, I'd like to get my hands on that guy. Wouldn't be a good idea. But many people respond that way. What is it about our life in America that we get so angry and get so vexed and get so edgy, ready maybe even to commit violence?
Right. Everything is packed and hectic and fast-paced and high-tech. We just don't get any breathing room anymore, you know. We don't get to relax anymore. You start out your day, you get up, you go get a cup of coffee, you walk into the restaurant or whatever, and that person's not happy to see you, and you feel kind of like an outcast. And then you get in your car, and maybe someone wants to salute you and tell you you're number one in their life and early in the morning.
I get you with the wrong finger.
Yeah. It's not the right finger to use.
Yeah, and you go to work, and you stand around a water cooler, and you don't have good discussions, you have arguments, and this goes on throughout the day at work. Then you go home and maybe your child's involved in a sporting event, and we got parents fighting each other and arguing with referees and physical confrontation, and by the time it's 10, 11 o'clock at night, you're exhausted and you're trying to get some sleep for another day of rage.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And you get crazy like that at a sporting event where your little 10-year-old kids out there on the ice or playing on the baseball diamond or doing a little soccer, and what kind of a message is that little kid going to take away from the anger you've had over the way this game has gone?
We're seeing a tremendous amount. Kids mimic what they see, not what you tell them. And kids will tell you that. Well, you say this, but I see you doing this. And that is where we've got to start to correct ourselves as adults and as leaders and as role models.
All right, well, he brings up correcting ourselves. Now, you have some tips. So
Yes.
We're going to go over each one and start with the first one, which is don't make yourself a target. So who are you directing these tips to?
Well, a lot of people accidentally or inadvertently become targets. They do things and they don't know that they're doing something that aggravates somebody. Like road rage is a good example. You're in the left lane, someone's in the right lane, you go to the center lane, they're slightly behind you and they think you cut them off on purpose. You've got to look around your environment more, be aware more of your environment so that you can avoid rage issues.
Okay.
Don't throw another log on the fire. That's one of your points that we're going to make here this morning.
Yeah. When you confront rage, your immediate reaction is, oh, I'm going to show him, or I'm going to tell her, or I'm going to give them a piece of my mind, or you know what, they don't like the way I drive, I'll slam my brakes on.
Oh.
Don't throw a log on the fire. We're teaching back off.
Yep. All right, and finally, take back your home.
Yeah, that's a good one. Take back your home. Everything starts in the home. Mm-hmm. Our children learn most of their future habits and values in the home. And we've got to start to lay down those rules and guidelines and make sure our children are getting the right message. I had a couple little things that I tell parents, but one of them is take all the TVs and computers out of the kids' bedrooms. Don't turn their bedrooms into a social isolation chamber. That child needs to interact with family members and other people. Don't let them sit in that bedroom the majority of their time. It really is not a good thing.
As you've studied violence in America and rage in America, is it across all kinds of lines, cultural and economic, every kind of status line?
Absolutely. And in the United States, we're finding out that the United States is the most civilized country in the world, but by far it's the angriest. And we're seeing all different forms of violence or anger or rage. And it's male, female, ages, difference, doesn't matter. It's everywhere.
All right. Well, Timothy, thank you for the information today. And pick up Timothy's book, Life Rage. You'll get tips and solutions on how to handle these things. We went over some today, and there's the book right there. We really appreciate it. Very important topic.
Good to have you here. Yeah. Coming up, getting your car ready for spring, and as a matter